Hi everybody, it's Shawna L. Francis, September 1st, 2020. Hope all of you are doing well and you're trying to live in the moment and you are finding the love in your heart and you're connecting with your authentic truth, your authentic self. We've been on quite a journey here the last 32 days. I basically have launched my new identity here, my new life, my new world within this last 4 weeks, and you've all been here with me on this journey, so I thank you for that. My website, shawnalfrancis.com, my book, I Am the Beacon, my YouTube channel with all of you, channeling the Galactic Federation of Light in real time, and trying to do this just about every day, and it's not always easy. You know, I'm really trying to put these words into practice. So while I'm channeling these beings of beautiful love and light, higher dimensional beings, and I've got a huge team of support of etheric, beautiful beings of light helping me every day, it's still hard. It's still hard for me to really embody this, to live it every day. I'm still learning. I'm still on this journey of discovery. And today, you know, what's really up for me is anger, to be quite honest. Maybe that's up for you too. I haven't done a whole lot of reading up on anger. I get fear and sadness and regret and shame and let go a lot of that kind of thing. But darn it, I still can get really angry. And I know I'm making a choice when this happens. I know that I can see that there's programming. It's the way I've been my whole life. You know, it's conditioning, it's expectations of, well, this thing happened, so I should be angry about it. You know, it's all those things. But at the same time, I'm really trying to honor my emotions. And as I've said in previous videos, when you go through this process, quite literally, you are living more from your heart and way less from your head. There's a much better balance here. Most of us here are very much in our heads and letting our analysis and critical thinking rule our moment to moment, you know, but now it's like flipping that around and it's letting the heart lead. And what happens is I've become much more emotional, more attached to my feelings. And this is great. This is a good thing. This is my authentic truth. How many times do you just think away your problems? Just, I'll deal with it later, or it's not a big deal, or I don't know why I'm thinking that. That's ridiculous. You know, like you really honor yourself. You honor those feelings. So I encourage you to do that. So it's a matter of not stuffing those feelings away or wishing them away or thinking them away. It's bringing them up like, I'm angry. I'm angry about this. What is this teaching me? How do I deal with this anger? How do I come out of it with something, some new nuggets of wisdom or a new feeling in my heart, or maybe it's forgiveness, or I've made a change for myself for the better based on that anger. So I think there's a good place for anger. So I'm gonna ask my guides about it. Normally I would maybe do this in private and talk to my guides about something like this in private, but I think they encouraged me to go ahead and bring this up, and hopefully these messages will help you. I haven't talked to the Galactic Federation of Light about anger, so I have no idea what they're going to say. So it's always exciting and a little bit, okay, here we go. So I'm going to get quiet and just very simply, what does the Galactic Federation of Light have to say about anger? We welcome all of you here, all of you with us now. We welcome you. We are so happy to be spending this time with you. We covet this time to be able to bring you these direct transmissions through Shawna. There are a handful of you who are doing this kind of channeling, this kind of communication. This is an incredible way for us to bring you messages direct from outside your world, about your transition, and about what you should be doing right now to help prepare yourselves for this transformation. As Shawna mentioned, this is a great time of emotional upheaval for so many people on Earth right now. Heightened energies, your soul's longing to work through karmic backlogs, to really understand and embody the truth of yourselves, to be your authentic selves, to learn and evolve as a soul. These are the reasons why you've come here, is to do this, and now is such a beautiful time to do it. It's the best time to do it. Now is the time. So as you continue to traverse your day-to-day and work through all these things that are coming up for you, things that your soul is saying, please look at me, please deal with me, please learn from me, please integrate and move on. Know that your soul is really asking for that. It's the idea of knowing yourself at your most basic level, and that is truth. And when we talk about truth, what we're saying is, it's not you just assuming that the way other people feel and think is how you should feel and think. To assume that people who tell you how to believe, how to think, how to feel, that's not your truth, that's their truth. This is the time for you to go inward. This is an inner journey. This is a personal journey. It's not based on societal conditioning. It's not based on cultural norms. It's not based on history. It's not based on your textbooks. This is new territory. This is new territory for you, and it can be scary. You're embarking here into the unknown. You are pioneers in consciousness. Please get used to that idea. And as Shawna has mentioned, how do you walk this talk every day, in every moment? How do you do this? And anger will be one of those emotions that will come up, is up for many of you right now, and it's important. So we'll talk about anger. Anger very much is a tool. It's one of the many tools that your soul, your consciousness, uses on a day-to-day basis as a bit of a bellwether for what you want in your world, how it is you want to be living, how it is you want to be experiencing this reality. When anger comes up, this means that something is out of alignment with your truth. Something is out of alignment with your truth. This is anger. Now, what we would say is, look at your anger carefully. And this isn't so much about tearing it apart and overanalyzing the bits and pieces of your anger. It's about taking the original thought, the original idea that's triggering this emotion within you, and looking at it from a heart space, from a heart mind, your heart mind. Let us explain more about what this is. In your heart resides knowing. In your heart resides the truth. In your heart resides love, empathy, non-judgment. You're able to strip things down to their core and clear out confusion around this issue, whatever issue that is causing your anger. And while we do say that this issue is causing you anger, you are making a choice to be in anger. And this anger is important. It is telling you something. It's telling you that there's something out of alignment with your truth. And it needs attention. And it needs focus. It needs space. It needs space. So we would never say you shouldn't feel anger. Anger is pointing you in the direction of your truth. So the trick here is going to be to get to the point where you understand what this truth is. If you're out of alignment with your truth or some part of you that's in a knowing, what is that? And can you look at that objectively without labels or judgments? Can you feel into that anger without feeling guilty about that? Stuffed away anger can be very detrimental to the body, to your physical body. Your four-body system is completely interrelated: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, your energetic, all the energetics of these four systems that work together. So anger is very powerful, very powerful. It's a very powerful indicator of your truth. And we'd ask too that you work to discern fear from anger. They are two interrelated but different emotions here. Just bringing consciousness to that idea. Thank you, team. So this is Shawna again. This is helpful. So I have something that I'm angry about. Our viewers have something they're angry about. Do you have more kind of, kind of tangible steps or recommendations of how we better understand the truth that's aligned to that, and then what we could do to help move through this anger, process it, and move on to a place of contentment or happiness or love or joy? This being the bellwether, this being an indicator of how you're feeling in alignment or out of alignment to your truth, is super important. Perhaps you are looking within into your heart and you are understanding what would be my reality in regard to this situation where I would be happy and content, where I would not be experiencing this anger. What does that reality look like? What does that reality look like? Really visualize it. Really feel into this. What's the ideal, most beautiful, happy, joyous, peaceful, contentment that I could be experiencing right now around this issue? It's not even around this issue so much as life in general. What does your world look like where you have no anger? What changes in your reality that makes that anger go away? And here, my friends, is the beauty of the power of your creativity and your thoughts. This is where you begin to create a reality that you want to be in, that you want to be living in. This is your choice. It is your manifestation. It is your power to make this so. So maybe it's not so much focusing on that anger, but it is, what's your world look like where there is no anger such as that? What does that world look like? Focus on this. Put your intentions here. Would even go so far as to say, know in your heart that this reality is already there for you. You're already living this reality. Just decide that this is the reality you're living in. This may seem utterly simplistic, but give it a try. Ask your guides for help to how to discern this. What does your world look like without anger? Make that choice and start living it, embodying it, knowing it as your reality. Visualize it very clearly. Know that this can be your reality, and it is your reality. We ask that you give this a try. And Shawna, we thank you for the questions. Thank you so much, Galactic Federation of Light. Very helpful. I guess my team, our team, is there anything else you would like to say as this part for this particular session here for everybody watching? We understand that there are some really tough personal situations that you found yourselves in. We have the utmost respect for your journeys, the utmost respect for your bravery. And we wish for you to be absolutely successful on your path with your missions and your journey to the light. Please call upon us for help. Call upon your higher selves. Call upon your guides. We are standing by. We are ready to support you. We are supporting you. We are you. Blessings to all. Thank you so much, team. Thank you, Galactic Federation of Light. Thank you to my guides. Thank you to all of you. I hope that was helpful, and I'm very excited to put this into motion. Mwah.